video we have seen how the data will be communicated between the two devices, right? How the data will be transferred between the two devices through a transmission medium. So here we are going to see how the flow will be allowed for the communication between two devices. So how the data will be flowed from one device to the another device. Right? The communication between two devices can be of three types, that is a simplex mode, half duplex mode and full duplex mode. So these are the three types of the modes to transfer the data between the two devices. So now let us see the first mode of data flow, that is the simplex mode. Okay, the simplex mode. So in the simplex mode, the communication is unidirectional. That means the communication is in a single direction. So if we start from a source and reach the destination here. Okay, so it is unidirectional, similar to a one-way street. So in a one-way street, so the vehicle should move only in one direction. Right. So similarly here, the data will be transferred from the mainframe to the computer here. So the direction of data is single directional or unidirectional. Okay. So some of the examples of the simplex mode is keyboards and monitors. Okay. So in the keyboard, so you can give the input to the system using the keyboard. So it is unidirectional. So you cannot get output for the keyboard, right? So you can give input to the monitor using the keyboard. Similarly here, the monitor will display the result. So the monitor will display the output. If you run a program, then it will show the output. Okay. But it can't take the input, right? The monitor can't take the input. So it is an output device. So it will output the result. So it is also unidirectional. And there are some of the real-time examples here for the simplex mode. So a leader is talking to the people here. So this is a simplex mode, right? So here the leader is communicating to all the people. So it is one way. So the leader can talk only with the people, but people can't talk with the leader, right? So it is a one direction. The flow is from the leader to the people. So another example is TV remote. Okay, so we can control the TV using the remote control, right? But the reverse is not possible. So here the communication between a remote and TV is unidirectional. So we can operate the TV only using the remote. So next one is the loudspeaker. Okay, so we can communicate with using the loudspeaker. So we can give the message using the loudspeaker here, but the reverse is not possible. So we can only give the speech using the loudspeaker. Second one, so the second one is the half duplex mode. So here each station can both transmit and receive, but not at the same time. So here in the simplex mode, the communication is unidirectional, but here it is bidirectional, but only one can transmit and one other can receive. So it cannot communicate at the same time. Okay, so the communication cannot be done at the same time. So here each station can transmit and receive the data, but it cannot be done at the same time. Okay, so the example is walkie-talkie. So this is the example for the half duplex mode. Okay, the entire channel capacity can be utilized for each direction. Okay, so in the simplex mode also, so where it is going to use the entire channel capacity, because since the message is flowing in only one direction. So here the entire channel capacity can be utilized for each direction, the half duplex mode and simplex mode also. Okay, so here the sender is first sending the data at the time 1 here to the receiver, and then the receiver, after receiving the data, it will transmit the data in the time slot 2 to the sender. So let us see some of the real-time examples here. So some of the real-time examples are walkie-talkie. Okay, so in the walkie-talkie, after the person transmit the message, then the another person can respond, but the communication at both ends cannot be performed at the same time. So here in the teacher-student relationship, so here the teacher is teaching some class to the people. So here the teacher can communicate with the people. Similarly, the people also can communicate with the teacher. Right. So the communication is bidirectional, but it cannot be done at the same time. So after the teacher teaches the class, then the people will ask teacher about if there is any doubts in the class. Similarly, here the client server communication. Okay. So here the client will request a particular website for from the server. Then the server will process the request and it will display the website to the client. Okay. So another one is the railway track. So in the railway track, only one train can travel at a time. Okay. So it may go in any direction. The train may go in any direction, but only one train is allowed to travel through the railway track. So this is the best example for the half duplex mode. Okay. So a train can travel in any direction, but only at a particular time it can travel. Okay. So next one is the full duplex mode. Okay. So in both the simplex and the half duplex mode, so the entire channel capacity is properly used, because so only one time here the data is not communicated simultaneously in the simplex and half duplex mode. But in the case of the full duplex mode, the capacity of channel is divided between the signals traveling in both directions. Okay. So here the capacity of the transmission medium is shared between sender and receiver. Okay. Since the data is traveling in both the directions at a time. So full duplex is also called as a duplex mode. So here both stations can transmit and receive simultaneously. That means, so both the stations can transfer the data from sender to receiver and receiver to sender at a same time. But using the walkie-talkie in the half duplex, it is not possible. Right? So it is similar to the two-way street. So in the two-way lane. So in the two-way lane, the vehicles can travel in any direction. Right? So here the capacity of the channel is shared between the two devices. So the example is the telephone network. Okay. So using the mobile phones, we can communicate with each other at the same time. Okay. So the examples are the telephone network and share it. So in the share it also we can transfer the files between the two mobile phones at the same time. That means at the same time you can send and receive the data. Similarly, the video calls or voice calls or chatting. So these are all the examples of full duplex mode. Okay. So these are all the examples of the full duplex mode. So in the video calls also it is a bidirectional, right? Similarly, the chatting and everything also bidirectional. So this is all about the data flow in the data communications. Thanks for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.